one dump some meter here. You can actually get it multiple times per combo. It's really up to you how much you want to burn. But if you want to burn all that meter, the option is there. So yeah, Sub-Zero, like a lot of characters in this game, is sort of a greatest hits of the character. And it's absolutely to his benefit because he has a lot of fun stuff. Now, the Tara has been in Mortal Kombat game now a minute. And she does have a celebrity guest voice actor in like it's not necessarily the appeal of the character, but the appeal of the character is this. She is the master of the skies. And she has an 8-wave air dash. And that's been a big deal when it comes to mobility. Now, obviously there's some other stuff, right? With the hammer at home. Something like that, right? So she has, you want to land on jump or whatever, like the effective movement, but she can just stay in the air and keep following, right? So her ability to traverse the air is absolutely unmatched in this game. And the thing, too, is you can stay in the air as long as you got meter. The first dash is free, as it were. But if you want to spend more meter, every additional dash costs 1 meter. So she can stay in the air a very, very, very long time if you're looking to spend some cash on it. And what this dash does is very applicable to our combo structure. Because I can cancel my air attacks into dashes and have on the way down land and do other things like say this. And there we go, right? So easy peasy combo, all thanks to being able to air dash while I'm in the air and comboing. And much the same here. We can go completely different air routes. Her ability to combo and her general creative combo structure is actually unbelievable about this game. She can do so much. Many of her moves also leave her airborne. Back two. So she can just run and against weapons. Not to mention she also has dive kick, which again this is very right? Her hand dive kick also uses the enemy. And if you want to be tracking with diving, you can also use it to basically air reset yourself. So you can use it to purposely whip a combo, land, and then whip a combo on the other end, right? So along with the flight dive kick gives a lot of freedom to her construction. Now, besides all the flight stuff, which I know is cool, she's a vampire, right? And that's definitely kicked into the move set. So she can, tackle claws, she can spit blood, all the cool stuff. But the big thing is the sacrifice. So she can self-damage herself to give herself a buff. And while this buff is active, certain things change up. Like that spit becomes a DOT. So you'll do additional damage past the original spit. The bite, if you look at the health here, so we just regain some of that health, didn't we? So when you have to buff up, your bite actually restores your health. So she's actually the lowest health character as far as I can tell. And she, on top of being able to self-damage to give herself a buff, and also heal herself next to this. And not the least of which, the enhanced version just steals health from the enemy by being near them. It's special. Automatically steals their health. Take damage, you will gain health, and they can't do anything about it other than hitting you and not being beside you. And actually saving up that up while you're doing your job. Combos are going to do more damage here, you're going to regain health while you're fighting again, all that kind of stuff, so things really work out in your favor. Not the least of which, it unlocks a new move, which is this giant...
Cashback with Take Freedom Unlimited. 0% intro APR with no annual fee. How do you do cashback?
Blood-based projectile, so it is healable to a degree, and if you get both hits, it actually does over 10%, which is a lot. But even if you quote-unquote whiff, its coverage of the screen is very, very big. And the enhanced version just does absolutely absurd damage for a projectile, 15%. Now, for all these moves, be it the spit, the big projectile, the health steal, once you use the move, the buff is gone, right? But it still is very strong, and the EX buff just automatically damages the enemy and steals health into you. I think it's one of her best uses of meter, besides just getting extra flights in. So, air mobility through the roof, pump mobility very strong. The one thing that I guess is a little odd about her is since she's in the air so much, her ability to obviously hit you with a jump attack is very high. And thus she has just so many abilities to overhead you, but her actually ability to just hit you with actual lows is not great. So I don't know, generally against the Tara, block high a lot I guess is the answer, right? Because her lows are too threatening, but yeah, just that general mobility in the air. Like, she's going to be able to stay in the air a long time. She's going to be able to traverse more distance than any other character in the game, which is a simple jump for the most part. Her buff mechanic is very interesting in that it gives her a lot of options while the buff is live, not the least of which, once again, I'm very impressed with this move. The blood steal, just stay on top of your enemy. If they block whatever, right, you're still draining health, you're still dealing damage, you're gaining health, right? You're basically winning, and this has got to be one of the best uses for a single bar in the game. So if you're looking for that vampire experience and just all sorts of wacky air mobility, the Tara is absolutely that character. Now Rain. Rain's a very interesting character. So on its surface, Rain is the zoner. He's got a stock fireball, knocks down on hit, by the way. It's always extra strong. He can hold it and charge it to do even more damage, and then that crumbles. And if it crumbles, you better believe you can follow up after the fact. And while he's holding it to charge it, he can also dash cancel it. Dash cancel it for free. Doesn't cost any meter. So base layer level 1. Pretty cool, right? Now this. He also has big water puddles, and he can aim these close, far. And this is a low. And also, if it hits, you're gonna get caught. So even from full screen, if I catch you with this bad boy, you better believe at bare minimum I get it. And I can do a lot better than that too. I could say, make it rain, as it were, right? So he has a very, for the relative size of the projectile, very quick giant projectile, which is aimable again. You can do close. You can do far. This is a mid, by the way, so no neutral ducking this bad boy. You see that rain, you better stand up while you're blocking real fast, because if you're crouching, you're going to get smoked. And he can also hold it and delay it, or you can just straight up cancel as well, right? So, holding it, canceling it, not committing to anything, and then saving like it's really base projectile as well. You go high, low, which leads to full combos, and on the screen, and a gigantic projectile. That's pretty good as far as like zone goes. And if you're like, oh, I believe those I'm not gonna deal with that mess, right? He also has enough fireball, boiler. He also has enough massive, very active, very difficult to jump. So you can easily call out your jumps. And then it's like, okay, well, I'll just have zone, right? I got the thing about that is, he's better at it, right? He has a water shield that just dissipates all projectiles. So we can let him hide behind it, then just really zone it back, right? So you gotta watch out. And also the enhanced version is travels with. So yeah, that's gonna be an issue. Like in cases anywhere unclear to the zone. Rain is the guy who throws lots of fireballs, right? He is a zone. And to help with that, he's a wizard this time around instead of a ninja. He can set up portals, and if you set up a portal, you teleport to those portals. Now, if you do it on the ground, FYI, he's always airborne. So if you want to set it up and then teleport to it right away, you can always get like a jump 1 or jump 2. Because I'll always leave him airborne for a couple frames. And he can also set up multiple portals. And you get to choose which one you want to teleport to. You can either go to the first one or the second one. It's just a different motion, right? So you can choose which teleport you want to go in. And say you're lucky enough, you stand near one of the portals. And you can stand in both portals. And basically a giant blue will go between the two. In between that beam, they get it. So that's a lot of good stuff, right? That's just a special one. Not necessarily gameplay. I think he animates beautifully. Like just in general, water flowing everywhere. It looks like a million. It's really good. And hey, speaking of millions, he does have a double overhead launcher. So something else you gotta watch out. from one Zoomer to another, Shang Tsung. So Shang Tsung, out of the gate, he's a stance character. So he has the young form, and he's got the old form. And unlike many other stance characters in many other games, it's very free form to change into them. So say I sweep you, right? Something super basic. While I'm sweeping you, I can switch. While I hit you with something that's basically stand 1, I can switch. Stand 2, I can switch, right? You're allowed to freeform change while you're doing anything. So it's not difficult, you don't need to set up. You can do it whenever you want, very easily, shifting between the two stances. It is meant to be by design very easy. So, what's the difference? So a lot of core moves are the same between the two characters. There is differences in the normals, sure, yes. So basic example, right? But say stand 2-4 is a little different. So regular Shang Tsung, young Shang Tsung, blows you in the back here, old Shang Tsung, second hits a little instead. Small differences like that, right? Comparatively, young Shang Tsung back 1-2, big launcher, old Shang Tsung blows the enemy back. A lot of differences in the normals. A lot of normals are shared. So we don't have to think too hard once we get to the left button presses are the same. The big difference is in the specials. So young Shang is sort of classic Shang. Normal combat 3 because he shoots fireballs. 2 fireballs. Or you can shoot 3 fireballs. And you may know if you're spending any heaters or anything. I can just shoot 3 fireballs because I want to shoot 3 fireballs. I can shoot 2, or I can shoot 1, whatever I want to do. And besides that, he's a bit of a sneaky boy here. Sneaky number 3, Venus, yikes. And this is basically a retreat. So once he hits the enemy, turn, ice on so if you're looking to basically like escape the runaway, this is a very strong way to do it. You can run away, gain space, then you go back and throw those fireballs. And he's got a little Wolverine in him, a little Berserker barrage, right? So quarter circle forward 2, multi-strikes here, knocks the enemy back. So these are exclusive to young Shang. Now old Shang here, he can't throw the regular fireball so much. He throws round fireballs. So now we're cooking with gas here. This is more reminiscent of, say, modern MK11 Shang Tsung. And he can throw a round fireball far away, he can throw it close to him, he can throw it full screen, and of course, naturally enough, he's got those triple fireballs as well. Those triple fireballs. They do cost me. They're a little stronger, you know, because they're like actively. Oh, we're in the air. Air fireballs, when he shoots into the ground, pop back out. So air fireball may be a little bit of a misnomer, but same deal here. You can also control space on them, make them come in angles they want. Versus young Shang, you can throw air fireballs too, but they're more like the standard fare. There is a bit of an arc. So if you are close to the ground and close, you can hit a standing enemy. It is just a little tricky though. Now, old Shang, instead of the runaway move, he has a serum stab. So that's just kind of like a regular strike. Although if you enhance it, well, you know, not to give away trade secret here, but Shang Tsung can turn into the enemy character. And that's what happens when you enhance. It takes 2 meters, because not only are you turning the enemy character, you are getting a damage buff. So normally, the outcome would be 140 damage, right? That's just a full stable. But you are effectively them. 168, you got damage buff. All your moves are buffed. You're basically playing a superior version of the opponent's character. And don't worry, regardless of your young, old Shang, whatever, you can really turn to the enemy whenever you want. So that's the classic aspect of the character's skill. So don't worry about that. And whenever you want to, you can always switch back. And the final move here that's unique to old Shang Tsung is a claw too, but it's just more of a big F1 hit. And Shang's very free form to switch between two. You can hear back like two launchers, but the other doesn't launch, right? But I can just do this, and that's what hitting him turn into the character. And then, you know, say I'm looking to be a little silly here, right? Here we go. Here we go back. Here we go back, right? Like, I can just keep jumping even though like a meter goes to the ground. I start that all as young shit. So remember, sure, you can't freely do both the ground fireballs and regular fireballs. But once again, it's literally just the quickest change away. You are meant to switch between the two on the fly, and it works both that way in no time. Combo structure, you can do it whenever you want. It is truly not a big deal. It's a very interesting thing on the character cutscene. If you're a Shang Tsung quite new and different, not least of which, well, actually give you an idea, right? Her range in this game, just on facing normals, is actually fairly substantial. So now let's talk one of the big things, fireballs. Almost everyone has a fireball in this game. So her base fireball, legitimately nothing to write home about. Like enhanced versions, faster, but she has air fireball. And one thing that's traditionally been strong generally about the history, and especially in Marvel Studios games, is the downward angle fireball. So if you're looking to get space on her, it's going to be difficult. Because this is very safe on block as well. Like if I hit you and you block, I'm only -5, you know? Depending on how low I hit you to the ground, I can be -1 if I aim at your toes correctly. Even a badly spaced version, -11 at this distance, pretty much nobody's going to punish that. So she can toss these pretty willy-nilly. It's hard to get in the usual way. It can be somewhat difficult to jump depending on the angle. So just having this is very strong and very belligerent. Not the least of which, the enhanced version causes a crumple, and if you can crumple someone, you can get combos after the fact. So watch out for that. Also, yeah, her sweep. So once again, she's got the big trisection staff, and her normal benefit from the range, like a very far-reaching 13-frame mid, that's almost criminal how far given its relative speed. It's actually ridiculous. And yes, actually, she gets strings with her. Now, one thing that's interesting here is she has a level buff. So it has 2 stages if you just do it twice. Or you hold it, drag it, and go. And if you enhance it, it makes it just go faster. And what this does is unlock the most broken teleport. So you only get one go of it, but given the general strength of the move, it's good, right? So anytime you get the split second here, just build up a stack, right? When you get 2 stacks, then you can use the teleport, and you can go for it like whenever you want. Special cancels and everything. Say you're doing strings and you get blocked, you can say, you know what, nah, it's still my turn. I don't want my turn on, right? You can just keep going on the other side of the enemy. So yeah, the Tanya teleport quite strong. Also, the enhanced version does indeed launch the enemy for full air combos as well. So it's just something to just build up a quick stack every now and then when you can. It's just having it on the table, it's just always quite strong. Now, besides that, when she wants to set up shop at work, she also has a multi-layer counter. So her eyes glow in the hands protector. And you might be initially not impressed. Once you get that initial block, you actually got the option to forward, to the side, you hold back, and blow them away, right? So you can get the more traditional counter, or you can go for some space. Depending on how big the line is on the counter, the teleport might actually lead to punish, and then you get damage. So that's a bunch of cool new stuff, right? But yeah, don't worry, at least she still has trouble, right? So that's connects, EX. It does launch the enemy properly, so you can get all of this stuff out there as well. She has a move listed as the classic splits kick. It's not quite the same. And she takes a ride on the staff and just starts kicking you all crazily here. So that's a little bit different, but yeah, I guess that goes with the fact that she's the staff now. Like this. What is that? What crazy special move is that? That's not even a special. That's just back 2. So she can control the skies in a very ridiculous way thanks to the staff. Range is the name of the game here. If she catches you, you better believe you're getting bopped. That's how it is. She controls the staff, and it's on the way back too. So even if you whiff the initial part, she'll still get you. And sometimes whiffing is part of the game plan. Oh, stand 2. I whiffed it. What a dummy I am. Oh wait, gotcha. So she has a head throw for stand 2, right? And she can just go for it, and that has incredible range.
Have you lost a Medicaid chip? At healthcare.gov, 4 out of 5 customers can find a quality plan for $10 or less per month with financial support. Enroll in a plan today at healthcare.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Ideally, you don't even have to gas load use the tunnel. You can just use whip and go for the string right away, right? It's a high, so it's duckable, sure, but you know, you take what you can get. Good range, and if they duck it at that range, it's not like they're really gonna get the punish, because you can block pretty quick after the fact, right? So your ability to do that, stand 3, 1 second 2, has very good range, but it's cancelable. She has a lot of control of the screen thanks to the staff, so that's one of the more interesting ones to look at, is she's got the range. And heck, even say if you're neutral, you can try to avoid this guy, right? You know, watch out, because she also has you're willing to just, slowly build it up over the course of the match whenever you get a quick knockdown, if you want that ult bust to teleport back, it is there. So Tanya is pretty different in this version of Mortal Kombat, but I gotta say the changes are pretty interesting. So Princess Katana, she is definitely one of the game's named its owner. So yes, you toss that fan. That's definitely one of the aspects of the character. And now a lot of the fan tosses can be a little bit different. Like say, obviously the base fan, to get around it is left, right? Enhanced fans, not so much, because not only will they hit mid, they also pop the enemy up and you can get follow-ups from it. If they're close enough, you can get follow-ups. So we have that. We have the traditional fan level. It's a bit different this time around, though. She doesn't just leave in the air runner. It's an actual projectile, and it's aimable as well. So you get the regular version, which goes right up here, the jump. You can have a close version, and also one that is far. And as you can see, it's from pretty far away. So you can actually, once again, spot people with multiple heads on his projectiles. He gone, don't worry. She can actually have another projectile, which comes in an upwards arc and comes down to the ground. So once again, this kind of arc, if you're jumping, well, you're going to get hit. So if you're not going to jump your way in here, either just from far out, you're going to get bopped, or if she does it when she slows it up, you still get bopped. So it basically is part of the anti-air part of the character. She controls the regular zone of space with the regular fan toss. If you want to do fan lift, that controls the air in one angle, depending on how you aim it. And if you do the fancy flick, yes, that is the name of the move, then you control a different aspect of the air, right? So, the name of the game is projectiles, and the enhanced version also pops up the enemy, by the way. So, if you're looking for something basic, you get something basic or get something more involved. And don't worry, things like her square wave is still there, so she can still traverse the skies very easily. Now, other new things is she can set traps based on the ground. And if the enemy goes into the traps, well, it explodes. And it explodes with a launcher, since you need a lot of things to launch the enemy. And then from there, you get all sorts of moves. And actually, as far as the area part of the character goes, once again, like I mentioned, square wave, she can throw air fans. She has air fan lifts, which are also controllable depending on the distance. So she can control a lot of the upper portion of the screen as well. Now, besides all that, don't worry, some of her signature long-range moves are here. So stuff like back two, she can definitely outrange a good chunk of the cast and get easy combos, all that kind of stuff, if you happen to connect. Even though you wouldn't think it for her, she even has a couple sources of plus frames. And of course, naturally too, good mid starters, nice safe on block, and if you happen to get the hit, then guess what? It's combo time, right? So her normal suite is also pretty good, as well as her just general control of the screen. For many decades at this point, if you want to play Katana, it's because you just want to spam fan toss, right? And don't worry, throwing hella fans is exactly what you're doing in this game. Now, Melina, so admittedly, I am a Melina fan. I've been for many, many years. I think this is the best version of Melina. Not necessarily the tier power, but just overall what the character can do and what the character is about. This version has so much. You got the side tosses, don't worry. Yes, those side tosses part of the moveset. You got the variation. You got teleports? You betcha. Don't worry, air teleports are here. And hey, you can do that teleport. When you start from the top your way up. And funnily enough, these are all sorts of combo potential as well. And we got ball roll, you better believe it. And leading to all the silly combos you would expect. And enhanced ball roll, well, geez Louise, we're just going to town. And you might notice, Melina, Tarkatan, right? She actually has the Tarkatan blades now, not just the size. So they're going all in on her Tarkatan appearance. And now the old Melina ball, sure, but how about air Melina ball? So if you're in the air and you do a Melina ball, you start tossing out all sorts of size. And it doesn't quite go full screen, and that's the one weakness of the character is size in general. Won't go full screen. She has to have a weakness somewhere, because I think this version of the character is quite strong. But still, it's just very interesting that she can control the air in a way she never was able to do before. And EX air ball is basically Kano ball, except Kano ball, but it's cancelable to do other air special moves like teleport or the air side, right? So just very different from the usual Melina. So like classic Melina combo structure, kind of works the same way, right? Do a ball, do a follow-up, sure. But thanks to new things like EX Teleport, things change up quite a bit. Since she has so many new toys to play around with and more options than she usually does, things just hit a bit more different this time around here. It's just a very fun rendition of the character. Oh, and this time around, she still has decent enough low pokes. Forward 4 is a proper overhead, safe on block. So if you're just looking to scam out a win with a quick overhead, you have these options. Stand 3, 4 also is an overhead. So if they're expecting that overhead, then you just go, say, quick low Psy, right? That's always fun. And speaking of the Psy, so yes, doesn't go quite full screen. Enhanced version does, though. And the enhanced version takes 2 meters, and there's a good reason for this. That's very expensive. So one, it destroys all their fireballs. So that's handy, but other people can do that for 1 bar. What's different here is the head grab. So Melina goes in and attacks the enemy, bites them. And it's more than just that. So if we do our hit, that call down, we can actually get that actual fast. So we can actually get the call downs. So for 2 bars, hard call out, if I know you're going to throw a fireball. And it's not even necessarily a solid combo, but yeah, you can do a lot of damage of just calling out the usual fireball nonsense. So depending on how silly you want to get, if you want to pretend you're Sonic the Hedgehog, absolutely the way to go. And just fundamentals, she's got some decent strings here. Real good strings. She has a relatively quick min, 1, with good follow-ups that lead to good combos as well. So she has a lot of the basic tools you need that are pretty decent. And all in all, just this version of Melina is very, very good in my opinion. Now, General Shao, we're in big boy territory. How do we know we're in big boy territory besides the obvious look of the character? Well, how about something like this? Back 2. So back 2, leaderless launcher. We always love those. And, it can definitely go into itself a couple times, which is handy. Now, normally, if a move launches, it's more negative than not. For General Shao, though, that back 2 launcher is actually plus on block. So if you block this, your reward for blocking it is if we both match right away, I'm still going to win. So that's how we know we're in big boy territory, because big boys impose their will on the enemy. Now you may notice, I'm trying to be subtle about here, it's got a big FF axe. And the axe is definitely a big part of the character. So for certain things like stand 2, his stand 2 range is absurd. So if he catches you with a stand 2, and more often than not, this distance, you're probably doing a slower move than this. This is a very fast move. This is 8 frames. This is wickedly fast. So if you're going for a slower mid or something, try to test at this range. You'll beat you and win. And then at that point, we're going to Combo City. That's what's going to be happening next. And his combos are easy and effective. So I guess that's one of the big things out of the gate there. You may have noticed I dropped my...
reality. Kung Lao wins.
be remembered.
Brutality. Kung Lao wins. Fight!
This outcome was preordained.
Brutality. Kung Lao wins.
not be remembered.
Brutality. Kung Lao wins. Brutality. Kung Lao wins. Sick. Fight. Finish him. Fatality. Kung Lao wins. Fight! Finish him. Kung Lao wins. Finish him. Kung Lao wins. Sick. Fight. Finish her! Kung Lao wins. Fight. Fatality. Kung Lao wins.
practice.
Brutality. Kung Lao wins. Sick. Fight.
This outcome was preordained.
Brutality. Kung Lao wins.